Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. Only one Taylor Sheridan show has a lower Rotten Tomatoes audience score than Landman, and it's one of his best series. The overwhelming majority of Taylor Sheridan's recent TV shows have been received favorably by critics, and Landman is no exception. The series has a 78% critic score on Rotten Tomatoes following the release of its first season on Paramount+, and most of the other shows that Taylor Sheridan has created score even more highly on the review aggregator site. On the other hand, there's a marked drop-off when it comes to audience reviews for Landman, as well as one other TV series developed by Sheridan. Landman has just a 62% score among audiences who've reviewed the show on Rotten Tomatoes, while 1923, Sheridan's Yellowstone prequel series, which premiered in 2022, has an even lower audience score of 53%. Ironically, among critics, 1923 is the most acclaimed show of Sheridan's entire career as a writer, producer, and actor. In particular, actors Harrison Ford and Helen Mirren have marked the series out for special praise, thanks to their charismatic performances at the center of 1923's all-star cast. Yet the show's audience simply hasn't bought into its story the way professional TV reviewers have. Likewise, Landman hasn't been as popular with audiences as it is with most TV critics, likely due to its focus on technical aspects of the oil business for much of its first season. The shocking turn of events at the end of Landman Season 1, which include the introduction of Andy Garcia's new villain Galeno, set up the prospect of a more entertaining second season for the show's audience. Ultimately, most viewers find the involvement of a Mexican-American drug cartel in a battle for control of Texan oil fields more intriguing than boardroom negotiations between oil companies and prospectors. Landman has still fared considerably better than 1923 in terms of audience ratings, though, as the latter show is the only TV collaboration between Taylor Sheridan and Paramount to have received negative ratings in almost half of its audience reviews on Rotten Tomatoes. Given that the series has cost over $30 million per episode to make, according to Sheridan himself, via Collider, this divided response among its viewership has probably left Paramount Plus bosses scratching their heads. With actors like Harrison Ford and Helen Mirren on board, and the precedents of Yellowstone and 1883 behind it, the show ought to have been an unqualified success. As it is, 1923 Season 2 in particular has come in for a sizable backlash from its audience. Regardless of its status as the critical darling of Taylor Sheridan's TV career, 1923 has frustrated audiences with its slow pacing and its depiction of sexual violence. The positive aspects of the show highlighted by critics, such as its stunning cinematography and set designs, aren't of central importance to most viewers, who are more concerned with the action and characterization at the heart of the story. There's also a general feeling among viewers that Ford and Mirren have been underused as the show's star attractions, while 1923 Season 2 plots became too melodramatic for their own good. Now that the show has ended, retrospective viewings may result in more positive audience feedback in time, bringing its audience score more in line with the widespread critical praise it's received. At the same time, this can work as a warning against going down the same path with the follow-up season of Landman. Although the two shows are very different, there's a massive overlap between their respective viewerships and audience that has carved a niche in television with his gritty, neo-Western dramas that delve into the complexities of American life, often set against the backdrop of the American West. His works, such as Yellowstone, Mayor of Kingstown, and Tulsa King, have garnered significant attention and acclaim. However, not all of his creations have resonated equally with audiences. One such example is Landman, which, despite its compelling narrative and star-studded cast, holds a lower Rotten Tomatoes audience score than all but one of Sheridan's other shows. Landman, co-created by Taylor Sheridan and based on the Texas monthly podcast Bootown, premiered in November 2024 on Paramount+. The series stars Billy Bob Thornton as Tommy Norris, a struggling oil executive navigating the tumultuous world of Texas's oil industry. Set in the heart of Texas, the show explores themes of ambition, environmental challenges, and the personal costs of corporate success. Despite the show's promising premise and Thornton's acclaimed performance, Landman has received a mixed reception from audiences. On Rotten Tomatoes, the series holds a 62% audience score, indicating a lukewarm response from viewers. This score places it among the lower-ranked entries in Sheridan's television portfolio. When examining the audience reception of Sheridan's various shows, Landman stands out for its lower score. The only other Sheridan creation with a comparable or lower audience score is 1923, which has a 54% audience score on Rotten Tomatoes. This places Landman just above 1923 in terms of audience approval, highlighting a divergence in viewer preferences. In contrast, other Sheridan shows have fared significantly better with audiences. Tulsa King, starring Sylvester Stallone, boasts a 91% audience score, making it one of the highest rated among his works. Similarly, Lawman, Bass Reeves holds a 93% audience score, and Mayor of Kingstown has a 90% audience score, both reflecting strong viewer engagement and approval. In the expansive universe of Taylor Sheridan's television creations, Landman stands out, not for its acclaim, but for its notably low Rotten Tomatoes audience score. With a 62% rating from over 1,000 user reviews, it ranks as the second lowest among his series, just above Yellowstone Season 5. Which plummeted to a 40% audience score. The Rise and Fall of Landman, premiering in November 2024, Landman delves into the oil industry in Texas, following Tommy Norris, Billy Bob Thornton, as he navigates the complexities of the fuel boom. Despite its ambitious premise and strong performances, the series has struggled to resonate with viewers, as reflected in its audience score.